Hello everyone and welcome back to another Custom Spotlight. Today we'll be looking at two characters who are very close to this character right here, Shadow the Hedgehog, or Shadow the Steam Engine. For today's first character, we'll be taking a look at the one and only Rouge the Flirty Engine. Yeah, I haven't fully decided on what her steam engine name should be yet, but let's just go with Flirty, okay? I like that. So, there's a funny story to Rouge. If I'm to bring up Knuckles for a second, you all might remember that the reason I decided to give Knuckles a tender was because I was working on a model of a character that's close to Knuckles, and I thought to give them a bit more visual similarity, I'd give them both. I'd give Knuckles a tender to keep him consistent with the character he's being partnered up with. That character was Rouge. So, let's have a look at Rouge. I think she's a very stunning model. She is painted in a normal matte gray with purple lining. I really like the mixture of gray on purple. I know some people are probably going to say, isn't it pink? I just thought purple made a bit more visual, gave it a bit more of a visual difference. Besides, I just happen to think that gray on purple is a really nice color comparison. She has a nameplate, Rouge, and she has a little heart symbol on her side in reference to the little chest plates that Rouge has in the games. And may I just say, I think the face I did for Rouge is one of the best faces I've ever done in anything ever. I mean, look at that and tell me you don't get pure Rouge out of that face. This is one of those faces that... This is one of, if not the first face that I based directly off of the video game renders. And may I just add, it is beautiful how well this thing turned out. That is pure Rouge. Now, I must say, the tender is inaccurate. Sonic Adventure 2 came out in 2001, not 2002. I misunderstood, okay? I do plan on repainting this tender at some point, and I will change it to 01 when I do that. I know it's wrong, okay? I know it's wrong. I'm gonna fix it eventually. Backlining. And the other side. I don't know. I think Rouge turned out pretty well. She looks really nice alongside her partner, Shadow. And now this one is going to be a bit strange, and I'm sure some of you are probably going to laugh at me for this one. Up. Get out of the way, Knuckles. E-123 Omega. Now, I'm sure you all are immediately asking, what is this? This is the motorized Phillip. The Trekmaster 2 motorized Phillip. Painted in Omega's colors. Now I'm sure you're almost certainly asking, why Phillip? Phillip is not at all a good choice for this model. And you're right. Phillip is not a good choice for Omega. The two could not be any different. However, I didn't have any spare diesel models. If I could have done anything for Omega... Where is he? I think he's in a box under my desk. I can't find it. If I could pick any model for Omega, I would pick AEG All Engines Go motorized diesel because of how big and blocky that thing is, which would match Omega's exterior a lot better. But I really wanted an Omega model, and when I saw this just kind of chilling around, I knew I had to do something with it. And at one point, I think I had repainted this model into a red anyway. Because here's the funny thing. When I was a kid, I tried making this into a model of Birdie the bus, but it didn't work out too well. So when I saw it just chilling in my storage shelf, I was like, hey, maybe I could repaint this into a model of a character that's red. And when I needed a body for Omega, well, this just popped up. Another thing you're probably wondering is, if all the other characters in the Sonic Steam Engine series have the standard white gray faces, why does Omega have this weird one? Because remember, Omega is a robot. That's why his first letters are... That's why the first part of his name is E-123. He's an E-Series robot created by Dr. Eggman. And in my series, and in my thought process, I always thought it made sense that robot characters should not have the standard gray faces that all the other characters have. The only exception to this might be Metal Sonic, but I haven't actually started working on a Metal Sonic yet. He's the only exception, but I feel like for ones like Omega, and potentially ones like Gamma, Beta, Alpha, Zero, and other ones like that in the future, I feel like they would all have embedded faces. And for those of you who are wondering what I mean by embedded faces, I mean faces like Annie and Clarabelle, where their faces aren't gray, but they're meshed into the characters' bodies. The faces are embedded into the actual engine, and not like, say, Rosie, who has like a face that sticks out from the body. The face is separate. A character that has a face molded into the body rather than popping out. His face is almost directly ripped straight from a 3D render I found of Omega that I downloaded and looked at specifically for reference for this model. He has the little yellow thing above his head, although it does kind of look like the same color as his body. It's actually an orange Sharpie marker, because I didn't have a yellow one. He has the little white pipe that runs down the front of his chest, and he has these little red lights for eyes. Looks pretty ominous, doesn't he? He also has this little symbol, which, if I was to guess, that's a symbol for the E-Series. Although it could be a symbol for Omega specifically. I don't remember if any of the other E-Series robots had this symbol. So I'm just going to call it the Omega symbol. It's on his little chest, his like shoulder piece things on his costume, on his outfit, on his body. So yeah. Also, I gave the Philip model chassis with moving side rods. Yeah, don't ask why I decided to do that. I honestly have no idea where the idea to even use Philip's body even came from, aside from what I just told you about, like, it was just chilling, sitting around somewhere, and I thought, hey, why not repaint this and do Omega? Aside from that, I have no idea why I chose this. In fact, I'm probably going to end up redoing him someday, specifically so that his body can be a AEG motorized diesel, because I feel like that would make a lot more sense than this. Honestly, I think the only reason why I chose this is so the model can fit through tunnels. Because if I'm to just pull up my AEG Percy, it doesn't fit through the tunnels. So that's the only thing I got on why I even thought to make, on why I may have changed my mind about AEG Diesel. But if that's the case, then I don't know why I chose Philip as an alternative. I mean, I won't deny he doesn't look that bad, but like, I don't know, it does seem kind of weird in retrospect. But then again, the concept of Philip as a character in general, just based off of just what he's based on, already makes like zero sense. So this character kind of just, and honestly, he kind of makes sense being this one-off build like Philip is from the show. Like, have you seen what Philip is? He has two front ends. He's the front end of two different vehicles of two different diesels put together. But it makes sense for Omega to be a weird one-off because he's built by Dr. Eggman. Eggman probably wouldn't base his robots off of any particular engine in real life. He'd probably just build them. Speaking of Robotnik, he's around here somewhere. I don't know where he's at. But, yeah, I'll find him. I think that's pretty much all I have to say about Omega. There really isn't much to say. He's weird, but I don't really see a reason to change him. And in one fell swoop, Team Dark is complete. Shadow, Rouge, and Omega. I thought about making Omega like a little Gatling gun piece to put on the side of him, but I never got around to it, and honestly, I don't even know if that would look that good. If anything, I'll just mount it on his head or something. Then again, that might go against the whole fitting the loading gauge of the tunnels thing that I was talking about earlier, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. For all I know, Omega's done. Yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it for this custom spotlight. Here's an interesting idea. Since I'm kind of running out of customs to show, here's an interesting idea in the comments. If you have a model that you want me to make, like a Sonic character you want me to make into Sonic the Steam Engine style, leave a comment about it below, and there's a chance I might make it. Because I'm kind of desperate for ideas right now. I'm in a weird situation where I kind of don't know what my next model is going to be. I mean, I know what my next model is going to be, like what I'm going to talk about next, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about after that. Honestly, I might take a break from the Sonic the Steam Engine characters for a little while after the next one, after the next Custom Spotlight. But I don't know. If you guys have any ideas for characters that I can do in the future, let me know. I'd be very interested to know what you guys think. Who would you guys like to see in the future? Maybe Mephiles? Infinite? Maybe Sage? I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys say. Because after this Custom Spotlight and maybe another one after this, after that, I don't really know what I would do. So, yeah, stay tuned, I guess. And comment below if you have any random, even if they're random ideas, just tell me. I'd be interested in attempting to do anything at this point. Man, doing this weekly was probably not a very good idea. So, who knows? Maybe after next week's episode, I'll start making this a bi-weekly series. Who knows, really? Okay, then. Is there anything else? No, I don't think there is. Okay. See you all in the next Custom Spotlight. And bye-bye.